Hi everybody, I'm Christine Lisi, Baker Christine. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making homemade Oreos. It's a request from my 4-year-old nephew Jackson. He also asked me to make caramel, but I thought the homemade Oreos would be much easier. Now who could ever say no to a kid as cute as that? A reminder, you can find the recipe in the YouTube description box at the end of this video and at my blog bakerchristinelisi.wordpress.com. Let's go over the ingredients. You'll need 1 cup of butter softened to room temperature, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 egg, 2 cups of flour that's been scooped from your flour container into your measuring cup so you get the correct amount, 3/4 of a cup of baking cocoa, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. As an option, you can also put in a little bit of brown food coloring to try and get that nice dark Oreo color. If you don't have it, you can leave it out, of course. The first step, put your butter and your sugar in your mixing bowl. Grab your hand mixer or your stand mixer and cream it for about 1 minute. Then you add your vanilla and your egg and mix that in. This is a good tip I found online. Anytime you want to color cookies or cakes or desserts, you want to put the food coloring in after the egg and vanilla have been put in. So if you have your brown food coloring and you want to use it, you want to just scoop out a little and put it in the bowl at this point and blend it all together. Now you add your baking cocoa, your flour, your salt, and your baking powder, and mix that together. Here's what the dough looks like after it's all blended together. I don't know if the brown food coloring made a difference or not. Maybe black would be better next time, but remember, it is optional. At this point, you want to cover the cookie dough with plastic wrap or tin foil and put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. While the dough sits in the fridge, we can make the Oreo filling. You'll need 3 3/4 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 cup of shortening, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. This is really easy, not a lot of steps at all to the filling. Put your shortening, your sugar, your powdered sugar, your vanilla. A cap is a teaspoon, always remember that. And your water. And just mix it on medium to high speed for about 2 minutes to blend it all together. Here's what the filling looks like after it's all blended together. This tastes exactly like Oreo filling. Set it aside while we roll, cut, and bake our Oreos. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Lightly flour your countertop or wherever you want to roll the cookies out on. I'm using a pie crust board. You take about half of your cookie dough, put it on the board, and then roll it out to between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 of an inch thick. This is what I'm going to use to cut out my cookies. An espresso glass that my grandpa Lisi brought over from Italy. If you have a small cookie dough cutter, you can use that, or you can use a small glass as well. Then you begin cutting out your circles. Put down 2 cookie sheets. Grab your nonstick baking liners or parchment paper. Place those on top. Then put your cookies on top. Depending how big your sheets are, you should be able to fit 12 to 15 cookies on each sheet. Bake these for about 9 to 12 minutes. Now that the cookies are cooled, we put them together. Grab a cookie, scoop out a little bit of filling, or you can make these mega stuffed or double stuffed Oreos if you'd like. Top it with another Oreo, gently press it down, and voila, there you go. For you, Jackson. thank you again so much for joining me today for the homemade Oreo cookies. These probably are more like Oreo cakesters. They're a lot softer. If you want more of that crisp Oreo cookie, just bake them in the oven for another minute or two. Just another quick reminder, you can find this recipe on my blog, bakerchristinelisi.wordpress.com, at the end of this video and in the YouTube description box. And remember, keep those requests coming to me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Path, Tumblr, and Instagram. Salud!